dominion through discernment is the capacity to discern between good and evil. No matter how evil is shrouded in what appears to be good, your spirit will judge that this is not of God. You may not have seen any spirit involved, but you just know this is not good. Sometimes the issue might even be good, but it will end bad. You have judged in your spirit that this thing won't end well. At the end, there is evil, and you pull back. What is discretion? Discretion is simply put sound judgment. The reason many never exercise dominion is because they are foolish in decision making. Nobody who makes foolish decisions can ever exercise dominion. It's like shooting yourself in the leg. Discernment is different from discerning of spirits. The gift of discerning of spirit is the capacity to identify and perceive the presence of spirits, be it of God, of man, of demons or devils. That is different from sound judgment. So discernment is not discerning of spirits. Discernment is discretion or sound judgment. So we are saying dominion can be exercised through sound judgment. And it's not just sound judgment in an intellectual sense of it. No, it is actually the ability to perceive God's will in a situation, thereby making the right decision. Dominion through discernment is a dimension of dominion exercised through sound judgment. And it's not intellectual judgment per se. It's the capacity to perceive God's will in a situation. And on the strength of that perception, making the right decision. If you will elaborate it further, I splitted it into 4. I said number 1, it is spiritual discernment. That means judging by the agency of the Spirit. 1 Corinthians 2 verse 12 to 14. We have not received the spirit that is of this world, but the Spirit which is of God, that we might know the things that are freely given to us by God. Verse 13, which things we speak, not with words that man's wisdom teaches. So this is not mental judgment. This is spiritual judgment. Not with words that man's wisdom teacheth, but which the Holy Ghost teacheth, comparing spiritual things with spiritual. Verse 14, he said, but the natural man. So he's giving you a distinction between decision made based on philosophy or mathematical logic from spiritual judgment. For the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of God. He said, for they are foolishness unto him. He said, neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. So we are dealing with judgment based on spiritual perception. That's why I call it spiritual discernment. Number 2, it is a judgment that helps you to define and to separate good from evil. So you are able to tell with all discretion, no matter how it is masqueraded, that this thing is evil. You can come to a place, they are speaking all the right language, acting all right, all nice, but something in your spirit tells you this thing is wrong. That's why I said there is a way that seemeth right unto a man. It said, but the end is destruction. So the ability to distinguish good and evil is what we are talking about here. Hebrews 5 verse 12 to 14. It said, for when ye ought to be teachers, it said, you have need of being taught the first principles of the oracles of God, and you have become as such as have need of milk and not strong meat. Verse 13, it said, for everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, and he is a babe. Verse 14 is my emphasis. It said, but strong meat belongs to them who by reason of use have exercised their senses to discern between good and evil. So dominion through discernment is the capacity to discern between good and evil. No matter how evil is shrouded in what appears to be good, your spirit will judge that this is not of God. You may not have seen any spirit involved, but you just know this is not good. Sometimes the issue might even be good, but it will end bad. You have judged in your spirit that this thing won't end well. At the end, there is evil, and you pull back. Number 3 is the capacity to judge rightly in complex situations. So I'm talking guidance that even you can't explain. The Bible said in Proverbs chapter 3 from verse 5 to verse 6, it said, trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean not on thy own understanding. It said, in all your ways acknowledge him, he will direct your path. See, have you not looked back 2 years into your life and you see the complex contours that you navigated, and you know that you don't have the intellectual capacity to have passed through this path. It's like your steps were ordered. That's discernment at work. So you walk through the valley of the shadow of death. But it's like walking through a landmine. You know exactly where to keep your steps. You know when to talk. You know when to be quiet. You know when to smile. You know when not to show any impression. All of those navigatory equipments, only discernment can supply. So you are directed beyond your mind. When you find people who reign and dominate in life, they make little mistakes. One of the things that brings you to power, sustained influence, is the capacity to reduce your errors. Because there are certain errors that are called king-size errors. There are people who made a statement in the wrong place and their career ended. They are called king-size. So the reason some are not reigning is indiscretion. They made a statement. They took a step when they shouldn't, and it wrecked all their efforts. This is why for dominion to happen, you need discernment. Number 4 is the capacity to test spirits. You have no discernment and you cannot function in dominion through discernment except as you are able to test spirits. When people talk, you can tell the spirit powering them. Many have married wrongly because they couldn't test spirits. Many have gone into business partnerships that wrecked their lives because they couldn't test spirits. You may not see it, but when they talk, you can tell the character of the spirit that is being manifested. Then you have discernment. 1 John 4 verse 1. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test every spirit, whether they be of God, because many false prophets are gone into the world. If you have discernment, you'll be able to test spirits. Somebody comes to you and tell you, hey, my brother, my ship is on the high sea. I need 10 billion now. Tomorrow I will give you. You know, you heard tomorrow, then this is a lying spirit talking. There's no tomorrow in this conversation. Some of you who didn't know you were not wise, they knock at your door around 1 a.m. Hey, please, my son is convulsing. He's convulsing. I just called the doctor. They say I need 10 million. I need 1 million. I need 100,000. Compassion. You run. As you go to carry money now, nobody is convulsing anywhere. He needs that money to buy a car. That's the balance. He promised the car vendor that he will complete the payment tomorrow. You are testing spirit. You come back, you say, Kai, I thought I would be able to give you money now, but can we wait in the afternoon? Say, okay, if it's afternoon. But I thought you said it's an emergency. Can't wait in the morning. You need some. Do you know people who are treasurers have carried money of loan of all these native loan lenders, money lenders, and they borrow people out of sympathy? The person comes and says, I've invested 50 million. It's just 2 million. This is about to go down the drain. They can't sleep. They sleep. They roll. Lord, but you say we should have compassion. Lord, test spirit first. You will know it's a lie. You give that person that money. You are driving back home in the evening. You see him in Beth, Niger, selecting. That is your money. Then next week they come. You didn't test the spirit to know it's a lying spirit. When people talk to you, you should be able to judge the character of the spirit that is powering that communication. For you to reign in life, these things must become fixed in you.